Liverpool. You don't know where that is?
Maybe I know it's Chinese name, but the English I'm not sure.
Okay, Liverpool is a city in northern England.
Oh, it's a soccer team, the place there.
Yep.
Oh, I know. Liverpool.
Oh! Okay, so how long have you been in Taiwan?
I've been in and out of Taiwan. I've had a few breaks from Taiwan, but about 10, 11 years.
Oh,
The same as the last guy we asked. And so, have you
南下的中文
have you ever been to Taiwan before?
What a weird question. I first arrived here in
So
2000.
that's why.
And I just told you. So you need to think about your question. I've been here many times.
So why do you come to Taiwan?
I initially came to Taiwan to work. And then I got homesick, so I went back. But when I went back to England, would you believe I missed Taiwan? So I came back a second time.
So do you like here?
I like some parts of living in Taiwan. There are other things I don't like. I don't want to complain too much about Taiwan. It's like anywhere, there are good and bad sides to every place.
So you live in this area?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Why is he whispering? What's his problem?
I don't
Take
know how
marks away from him. He whispers, it's very rude.
Oh, sorry.
So how's the cultural diversity in your country? Where do you live?
What do you mean, how is the cultural diversity? You mean the cultural makeup of the people? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Explain your question more, please.
Like
Cultural diversity, you mean what the what? Explain more, please.
like
different.
How about this one? Why doesn't she hasn't said? Do you want to explain this question more? She doesn't understand.
yeah, I don't know.
It's -5.
Like is there many people like immigration?
Oh, are you talking about the different ethnic?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in some ways the UK is quite unique because it has a history of colonialism, which means it took over many countries. Like, you may be aware that it had a presence in Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, India, things like this. And because of that colonial legacy, those people have a right to come to the UK. And after the Second World War, many people decided that they wanted a new life in the UK. So, yeah, there is a percentage of black people from the Caribbean, Indians, Pakistanis. If you visit London, you can see this yourself because London is very diverse.
Yeah.
Some people argue that the English are in a minority in London now. There are more ethnic groups than actual English. So, in a generation, the UK has changed notably.
So how do people in Taiwan behave differently from your country in your opinion?
That's a good question. Whoever made that question, extra points. Where do I begin?
Maybe some special experience or
Many, absolutely many. Well, let's start with the young people. The young people compared to the young people in the UK are calmer, more relaxed, a little bit, no, a lot more subservient. Do you know what this word means? Anybody got a dictionary? Subservient. Subservient means prepared to bow down to power and authority and not challenge so much. I find that the young people here don't fight back as much as they do in Europe. Less passionate about issues, focused upon studying a lot more. That's really noticeable. We'll sit in McDonald's all day long with books open, things like this, which just doesn't happen in England. Young people don't sit around in coffee shops all weekend with books open. It just doesn't happen. So this is a notable thing. Okay, now for some negative stuff. In the UK, I find that the older generation are more disciplined, have manners, are more interested in how they appear to other people, so they control their behaviour, they're polite, because they've been taught to be polite by their parents, and they try to pass that on. But it's the young people in the UK at the moment that are problematic. They are rude, they are aggressive, they are arrogant. Here, I find it's the reverse. The older people lack manners. The older people are rude and arrogant, and sometimes I'm shocked by the behaviour of some of the older people. But the younger people are amazing, really polite, really sweet. And as a foreigner here, I feel very safe. I don't feel threatened at all, whereas when I go back to the UK, some of the bigger cities are scary places to be. The younger people are quite wild. They don't fear anything. They don't fear the police, they don't fear their parents. And so there's some scary things happening in the UK at the moment. So, yeah, I think this is one of the strange observations I find in Taiwan, that the young people are wonderful and the older people, I don't have much really positive things to say about them. Too many experiences. People on the MRT taking their shoes off, playing with their toes, burping. Just many things, and I think this is unbelievable. It doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
It's just I build up this collection of experiences over time.
Have you been to China?
No, thank you.
That's good, but this situation in China is more...
I know. I've been in Taiwan long enough to have experienced some of these Chinese tourists that Mr. Ma Ying-zhou is happy to invite to this country. I've been around Taipei 101 when they come swarming past, making noises and jumping queues. I've been in the museum when the bus has emptied out and they all come and...
Yeah, all the attractions are full with people from China.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, people can be polite and rude no matter what country they come from.
Yeah.
I don't want to point the finger and say, like, British people are perfect and everybody else needs to learn manners. That's not the case at all. You travel on British trains, you will see filth and dirt and food. People are allowed to eat food on their trains and throw their rubbish onto the floor, things like this. So sometimes when I go back home, if my wife goes with me who's Taiwanese, I feel shame at some of the things that happen in my country. because they don't happen here like the MRTs are. The MRT is like perfectly clean. Everybody follows the rules. The trains arrive every 3 minutes. It's something to be proud of in Taiwan, that service, and it's cheap. You go to England, the train service is chaos and it's dirty. But I'm getting off the point. We were talking about behavior of Chinese
So that's
people.
you just talk about what I'm gonna ask you is.
You're gonna ask me? Don't ask me. That will be painful.
Ask.
Okay.